Hey everyone, Jeff here. It's Saturday night. I'm just sitting around spinning some records, so I figured I'd connect with everyone in the vinyl community. Just say a quick hello to everyone. Lots of good videos have been coming out lately. Jeff Vinyl Spin just put out a couple prog updates that I need to watch. But anyway, just lots of cool videos coming out, and it's just very cool seeing all that stuff. And today I have a vinyl update to do. Lots of really good records here. I did some trading. I went to a show and picked up some stuff, and then just miscellaneous like flea market finds and stuff like that. And actually tomorrow morning I'm going to the Golden Nugget again, so let's hope that the vinyl gods are with me and I find some good stuff. But anyway, today I want to talk about a stack of records sitting here that I've got recently, and I haven't listened to a couple of them, but most of them I have. So anyway, first is what you're hearing in the background, My Favorite Things by John Coltrane. The cover is water damaged, but I got this as part of a trade, and she was willing to work with me because the condition wasn't great, but the vinyl is just fantastic. As you can hear, it sounds really good. And this is just a monumental album, and I'm trying to build a Coltrane collection, and this is one of my favorites. So very nice to finally get a copy of that on vinyl. As part of a trade, I also got More Lasting Than Bronze by John Coltrane. And I actually have not listened to this, but it's a double LP, and it is, what's the word I'm looking for? I think it came out sometime in the 70s on the Prestige label. So, looking forward to listening to this. It's a compilation of sorts, but, you know, anything Coltrane that I can get my hands on as part of a trade or something, I'll definitely do that. I just traded in some duplicates again, and I got some really good records. Another one that I got, Straight No Chaser by Thelonious Monk. I listened to this earlier today. Really, really good jazz music, but, you know, most people that know jazz probably have already heard this, but very, very good stuff. Also, as part of the trade, I got a very nice copy of Miles Davis' Blue Haze. This is the original Jazz Classics reissue, but it does, I mean, you know, the label on the record mimics the original Prestige label, and, you know, it's a very, very clean copy. So, even though it's a reissue, I don't really care that much. It's a very good album, and I'm happy to finally have this album. I've never heard it before I got it on vinyl, so very, very nice. And then another one I got as part of the trade was Are You Experienced? I've heard this, of course, before, but I never was able to get a copy on vinyl for a decent price. So even though, again, the condition's not too great, she was willing to work with me as part of the trade because of that, and very nice to finally have this in my collection. Actually, the woman that I was trading with let me, you know, she runs a store, I've talked about it before, and she let me just, you know, she just got a collection and she just let me look through it, pick out a couple things that I wanted, and we worked out a deal. So very, very cool to do that. Like I also mentioned, I picked up a couple things at a show recently. At a local record store last night, there was a metal punk type show, and there were 4 different bands, and they were all really, really good, and I picked up a couple records. The first one I want to show is Here I Am, Here Is Infinity by Golas. These guys are really good. They put on a great performance last night, number 235 out of 300, so very limited press, but anyway, they put on a really good show. Their music is very, like, atmospheric, slow building, like post-metal, but with a little bit more of a hardcore touch. It's really, really cool, and this is on very, very nice pink vinyl. So really, really stoked to get that. They were cool people to talk to, and I really liked what they were doing musically, so very happy to support them. And I also picked up this new 7-inch from the band Die Choking. They were really, really tight. Their music is very technical, very dense, and very fast, you know, very different from Golas, in other words, but really, really good stuff. Very, very challenging to play, I would imagine, but they put on a really nice show, and I figured I'd pick up this 7-inch here, and you know, if you're into that really speedy kind of grindcore, like, you know, or like Napalm Death, or general surgery, something along those lines, I think you'd like Die Choking. And it's actually my understanding that these guys are opening up for Carcass in Philadelphia next weekend. So I'm really hoping I'm able to make it out to that show. Carcass and Gorguts in the same night, I mean, you know. Anyway, really good little EP here, or 7-inch, whatever you want to call it. So Die Choking. So that's all I got from the show last night. And then I also just have a bunch of records that I've picked up recently. The first one that I want to talk about is Francesco Zappa by Frank Zappa. And it's my understanding that Francesco Zappa was a classical composer that was unrelated to Frank Zappa, but when Frank was made aware of Francesco Zappa, he recorded this album, you know, like taking Francesco Zappa's compositions and playing them on the synclavier, I believe is how you pronounce that. But anyway, it's not one of the best Zappa albums, but whenever I can find something to put in my Frank Zappa collection, I pick it up. So this is a cool little thing if you can find it, and you know, you're a Zappa collector. So cool to get that. One other Frank Zappa that I got recently. My grandmother actually, she was in a store and she saw this and she picked it up for me. So, like I've said before, that woman is a saint because this was missing in my collection, and Zappa in New York is, of course, just a monumental classic live album. Not quite as good as Roxy and Elsewhere for my money, but a really, really nice live album. And I mean, some of the players on here, like I think Terry Bozzio's on here, Eddie Jobson, who, you know, played with UK, the Brecker Brothers, Ruth Underwood. I mean, just incredible lineup. And yeah, so Zappa in New York, very, very good. A couple Joni Mitchell LPs that I think I got both of these at the flea market. But anyway, Blue, this is one of her best. Really, really great album. And I love Joni Mitchell stuff. You know, I'm not necessarily always in the mood for it, but when I want something like this, this is the sort of record that I'm always going to put on. So really, really awesome to get that. And then I also got Mingus, which I guess was supposed to be a collaboration with Charles Mingus, but unfortunately he passed away. So, you know, a lot of the songs, like Mingus wrote the music and Joni Mitchell wrote the lyrics. So, anyway, really, really cool stuff. And, you know, it's not my favorite Joni Mitchell album, but definitely something cool to listen to every now and again, and I'm very happy to have it. Also recently got Comes a Time by Neil Young. Again, Neil Young's kind of like Joni Mitchell for me. I'm not always in the mood for it, but when I am, I do really enjoy it. And this is a pretty cool album. So for me, I think After the Gold Rush and Harvest are my favorite Neil Youngs, but this is definitely a good album. And then I have two kind of ambient, spacey type things here. The first one is Andreas Vollenweider with White Winds. It's been a while since I've listened to this, so I don't remember a whole lot about it, but it is very mellow, ambient, kind of slow building type stuff. And I remember it being an enjoyable listen, for sure, but I think I need to spin it a couple more times before I completely know what's going on here. But anyway, cool to add that to the collection. And the last one I want to show here is Stratosphere by Tangerine Dream. I think I found this cheap, like $5, so that was very cool, and it's not on the awesome Virgin label that everyone wants, but still it's on Virgin, and yeah, very nice copy, very clean. That's one of my things with Tangerine Dream. If it's not in mint condition, I don't bother picking it up, just because their music is so atmospheric, and you know, you really don't need a bunch of crackling to get in the way. So very cool to add something to the Tangerine Dream collection. And that is all I have to show for today. So hopefully you enjoyed watching this video, and hopefully I get some more cool records tomorrow that I can talk about on this channel. So thanks to everyone for watching, and I'll see you all next video.